Hello and welcome to episode 30 of the Woolly Wolverine podcast. My name is Laura and I am the host. Today is Friday the 13th of April. Friday the 13th. Nothing's gone too wrong yet. Hopefully we can get this podcast recorded. 2018, I'm not sure if I said that. And yes, my name is Laura and I'm coming to you from my home in Kildare, where I live with my two sisters, my mum, my dad and our cat Neo. Today I worked from home, that's why I'm kind of recording today. I'm quite a busy weekend, but I wanted to sit down with you guys and just chat and give you a quick update of what's going on with me and what projects I'm working on. I'm also going to dig out, I've dug out I only have 3 unfinished objects from 2017, and I'm going to kind of review them and think about if I'm going to continue or rip them out or what I want to do. I'm pretty happy with all 3 of them, to be fair, but we'll get more into detail further on in the episode. So for admin, I just wanted to remind you that there was a giveaway winner last week. They haven't contacted me yet. So if you want to check last week's episode to see if you were the winner of the giveaway, if you entered it, please do that, and then please get in touch with me. As for further admin, you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram. I'll have the links down below. I'm happy to take any questions or any comments or feedback, just a chat, all good, hit me up. You can comment down below either as well. I do try my best to answer all the comments. Yeah, so next week on Friday I'm travelling down to Tipperary to the Glen of Arlo to see all the beautiful knitters. Well, not all of them, but 12 beautiful knitters, I believe, because I'm going to the Babbled Retreat. So I'm super duper excited to that. So that's being hosted by Grace of Babbled Travelling Yarns, and yes, I'm super duper excited. I believe there is an open day on the Saturday, which is the 21st, I believe, of April, in Ballyglass House. More information, I'll put the link down below to her website, where you can kind of get more information about the open day. But I know there's going to be a small little market, and Dermot of S Twist is going to give a little chat, and you can kind of just come and hang out with some knitters if you're in the area. Definitely do come along. Yeah, I've already started planning kind of which projects I want to bring. Do I want to have another sneaky new cast on? What am I going to work on? Ooh, I can't wait. So we'll get into the meat of the episode, shall we? So this week I have 1 finished object for you. I have 2 whips, and then I have 3 unfinished objects to talk about, and a couple upcoming projects that I'm going to cast on in the near future. So first, I'll go with the finished object, I suppose, which is my March socks, which have my own human hair all over them, which is not unusual, as I shed like a cat. So this is the Fraser Fur socks by Verena Kors of the Wool Club fame. She makes some super duper patterns. So yeah, this is them. I love this. Looks like a Christmas tree. Such a pretty Christmas tree. But these were kind of like my Paddy's Day socks because they're super green, as you can see. The yarn is Turtle Pearl in her Kiss Me I'm Irish colorway, and it is a BFL nylon base, which is really nice. It's the first kind of BFL I worked with, and it seems a little bit more sturdy than the merino, and yeah, I'm really happy with this. So it's constructed toe up, a heel flap and gusset, or it gives you the option for a short row, German short row heel also, the leg, and then a 1x1 twisted rib is the cuff. I usually don't do twisted rib, but the pattern called for it, so I said I'd follow the pattern, and I quite like it. The heel flap and gusset, I went with that construction, and I changed it from a I've partridge heel to just a regular slip stitch heel. just for a change, because I do the eye partridge quite regularly. So yeah, these are my March socks. So this is pair number 3 for the year. I'm on track. I have started my April socks. So yay, box of socks, here I come. So that's everything I can say about them socks. I'm quite disappointed that I have not finished my Tegna, which I was showing last week, but I will give you an update. So I have finished the body and the neckline, so haven't cast on or haven't started the sleeves yet, but here she is. So this is my Tegna by Caitlin Hunter, and this is a very popular pattern kind of at the moment. Caitlin Hunter seems to be absolutely churning out the patterns at the moment, and they are all stunning. There's this new color work one with like it's kind of bohemian, like has crosses and chevrons, perhaps, I think it might be, but it's stunning. I love it. It's gone straight into my wish list. Not physically, because I don't think I've been on Ravelry, but in my head it's on my wish list. Yes, so this is my Tegna. It is knit out of Malabrigo sock in the Zazamora colorway. And this is just showing off the lace down the end. I can't wait to give this a bit of a block so it kind of shows up a bit better, because at the moment it looks like kale or cabbage, which I've said a few times. So yes, this I've tried this on. It fits nicely. It's quite loose, kind of boxy. It looks basically like a square at the moment, but yes, I am very happy with the fit. The neckline, I know some people kind of altered the neckline because they didn't really like the roll. I don't mind it, I like it. I know some people did a ribbed neckline instead. I like this kind of slanted sleeve. It kind of sits off the shoulder a small bit, and yeah, I know the sleeves are kind of t-shirt length, so I'm happy with that. I won't be extending them any further. Yes, so this week these are getting done. I'm going to start the sleeves this evening and hopefully get them done this week. I have a little bit of time off work. Myself and Dave are going down to Galway for a couple of days, so I'm going to hopefully get a bit of time to work on the sleeves, maybe on the train, perhaps. We'll see. So here's the yarn. It's kind of a nice foresty, I love this green, the foresty green with kind of purple and kind of blue flecks variegated through it. It's one of my favourite Malabrigo colourways that I've seen. Love it. So I changed needle sizes. I knit this on a 4mm needle. 4, yes, 4, and I believe hers was knit on 3.25, but she said that Tester's kind of gauge varied quite heavily, so mine, I got gauge with 4, so I am obviously have a different gauge to Caitlin, but all good. Really happy with it so far. Can't wait to give it a bit of a wash, because just kind of relax the stitches a little bit. Some of them are a little bit uneven, and that should kind of help, and hopefully be able to block this lace, make it super open and pretty. Can't wait. So hopefully this will be a finished object next week, or next time I podcast. Fingers crossed. So yes, my April socks, which are being carried in my little bobbins bag. This is my favourite bag that I think I own, maybe. I've got some lovely bags, but I adore this one. It's one that I keep my sock of the month in pretty much every month. So I love these socks so much. So I'll show you the yarn first. So I'm knitting plain vanilla socks this month in a self-striping yarn, and it is the beautiful Sweet Sparrow Yarns, the ever amazing Julie of Sweet Sparrow Yarns, and this is in her ice cream shop colorway, and I love it so much. It is so cute. It's it's a four striper, pink, this kind of robin egg duck egg blue, this caramelly brownie gold, and this cream color. And I'm doing the heels, toes and cuffs in Sweet Sparrow Yarns as well. This is a mini that she sent me. I think it's robin's egg. Yes, robin's egg. Which is very, very similar, if not the same, to the minty blue in the ice cream shop. So this is on her Nuthatch base, which is her 75/25 merino nylon, and I will show you what progress I'm making. So I'm just going to do this in a tube. So I'm going to do an afterthought everything, I think. Now I know that the stripes will go opposite ways, so I'm toying with the idea of just doing one sock at a time, but I'm not too bothered really by the fact that the stripes go opposite ways, so I might just keep knitting. So I don't even have to think and just keep knitting a tube forever and ever and ever until I run out of yarn, because I want to use every inch of this yarn. I think it's just stunning. So it has such a really nice, it has a really nice sheen off it. It almost looks like there's silk in it or something. And it's absolutely a joy to work with. I've been working on this on the bus, just mindless vanilla deliciousness, which I've been really enjoying. The depth of kind of detail in these stripes is amazing. So the minty green kind of has little flecks of brown, and then the pink has kind of has flecks of darker kind of pink running through the pale pink, which is, it's really deep and rich. It's beautiful, and I like this, the blue kind of baby blue mini, the robin's egg for the cuff here. I just did a 2x2 rib, 64 stitch, on 2.5mm, I think, 2.5mm, US 1.5, high sharp. And I'm just doing magic loop round and round and round. And I love this gobstopper ball of yarn. I think it's so cool. I love working from it. And this, it's just an addictive sock. I'm loving every stitch. I love it. I can't wait to finish these. These ones are going to be one of my favorites, I think. And it's a simple, no pattern, no frills, just really, really beautiful yarn. And Julie does amazing work. So you all should definitely buy some yarn from Julie, because her work is amazing. Amazing. So that is all of my whips. So should I do the unfinished objects, or should I do the upcoming? Ponder, ponder. Ponder, ponder. So, did I completely jinx myself at the start of this episode by saying it's Friday the 13th and hopefully we get to record this in one go? Yes, I did. I finished recording. I was perfectly happy with how it had gone. And then I went in to start editing, and I realised it was getting darker and darker and darker and darker by the second. So from about when I finished my works in progress to the end, so between them I talked about my unfinished objects and my upcoming projects. It's a smidge bit too dark. Oh. I'm going to go through my unfinished objects again, and hopefully it is as charming and as funny as it was the first time round, but we can only live in hope, you know. So I have 3 projects in my unfinished objects category, numero uno. So this is in my Emerald Fibres bag by the lovely Kira. And yes, so this has it's kind of like a fringe style bag, kind of hard canvas. This one has some cute ginger origami cats, and I'm all about the cute ginger origami cats, so you know, it's me in a bag. It is this beautiful burgundy kind of red colour, these orange cats. So at the moment, I know Kira works more so in embroidery. I don't think she does this kind of printy kind of style anymore, and she is showing at Woolen this year, the first year, inaugural year of Woolen, in May, at the end of May, 25th to 27th in Alsa in Dublin. So if you're around, definitely come to Woolen and definitely check out Kira's work because it's stunning. So it's a drawstring bag, nice canvas kind of handle. Inside it's lined, this nice pretty fabric. So in this bag is the oldest unfinished object I have, and it is the Midsummer Haze shawl slash cowl. Shawl. I meant to actually look this up. I knew it had a weird name. Was it shawl? Does that sound like a word? Have I just made that up? God only knows. It's like a bandana. So this pattern is by the wonderful Joji Locatelli, and I was showing you my cowl shawl thing, shawl, which I've decided is now a word, unless it was always a word. Yes, so this pattern is by Joji Locatelli. It is I remember when it was first released, I was absolutely in love with it, and the very lovely Sue from the Two Tangled Skeins podcast sent me this pattern because I was gushing over it. So I've just gotten to kind of the lace part, so it's kind of a cowl up the top. I wonder, does this fit? It looks kind of small, so wait till you see, it won't fit and then I'll have to throw it out. Not throw it out, but rip it out. Oh. Yeah, no, it fits. It kind of turns more into a shawl here now, and it's lacy, and then there's an option for fringe. So I really loved this yarn and I thought it was perfect for this pattern. This was when my ball winder was weird and making odd cakes, and then the lovely Grace, I believe, sent me a spare one she had and saved the day. She's a hero. She is a hero. So this yarn is the Fawn and the Fox. It is a 100% merino single ply yarn by the lovely Lara, which is her wolf base, and it is in the colourway Geode. And it's this lovely pink with kind of browns and blacks and purples and delicious deep tonal colours. And yeah, I like this. This is feeling nice. It's really soft and quite light, and I think it'll be good for summers in Ireland, because in Ireland it can be cold any time of the year. It doesn't discriminate against the seasons, the coldness here. It likes to be cold in the middle of June or July. So having a nice light cowl, shawl, neck warming apparatus is great. I'm knitting this on 3.5mm needles, Knit Pro Zings, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting started on this again. It's nice. I'm a fan. This is a good idea, digging out these unfinished objects, because I really want to work on this now. Not right this minute, but now, as in the next few weeks. So I just need to dig out the pattern, figure out where I am, and get going again. So that is the plan. Number 2 on the whip list is in a bag by the lovely Sue, again, Two Tangled Skeins. She's an absolute angel, and she makes bags, and yeah, sells them on Etsy, so definitely check her out. Two Tangled Skeins, or the Tangled Skeins CA, I think is the name of the shop. I'll put a link into it down below. So In this bag is a pair of socks, which I am almost finished. Well, I'm past the gusset decreases. Yeah, so I don't know why I kind of stalled on these. So this is kind of a self created pattern. This is, I'm not sure if you can see the cable closely there, but it is a kind of textured cable that I designed, I suppose you could say. I suppose you could say I'm a designer. Not really, but you could say it if you really wanted to. So it's just this textured cable. And this yarn, oh, look at this yarn. So because I've recorded this already, I already had a love affair with this yarn earlier. I mean, I still have it, but it was a deep, profound love affair that happened earlier. And I'm not sure if I can recreate the magicalness of rediscovering this yarn. But this is beautiful, beautiful yarn by Babbles Travelling Yarns in the August Skies or Autumn Sunset. I can never remember the name of this, Grace. Could you please tell me what this yarn is called? It is super pretty and I love it really, really much. Really, really much. It's like pink and blue and it's like a beautiful dusky day. It's so stunning. It's like a red sky at night, shepherd's delight type thing going on. It's beautiful. So it's doing this microstriping thing too, which I'm quite a fan of. This pink mini is by Rainbow Cloud Shop, and yeah, I'm past the gusset decreases. I'm like, let's say halfway down the foot, so there was no excuse for me to stop knitting these. They do seem kind of small, so I don't know if I was knitting them for myself or not. I need to count the stitches and see what's going on here. But yes, I may one day get around to writing up this pattern. Who knows? Fingers crossed. I may get around one day to finishing these socks. Maybe I'll bring these with me on the retreat, to Grace's retreat, and I can knit with Grace's yarn and I can be in the company of Grace. What a treat. So yes, that is unfinished project number 2. So when I pulled out my projects, my unfinished projects this morning, this was the one that was most likely going to be on the hit list. So firstly, it is in this adorable bag that I got up at the Woolfolk Festival in Whitehead, which I believe I mentioned when I was, have I talked about? No, I haven't talked about that yet. So I will talk about more things from the Woolfolk Festival shortly. So this project bag, I couldn't remember the designer, but it is this adorable French bulldogs. Look at this little fella here with his blue sunglasses on. Well, not sunglasses, regular glasses. Really cute. And it's kind of this tweedy back. I really love this chartreusey green colour. It's kind of cool. So in here is a mitten, and you can't say the word mitten without, colourwork mitten in particular, without mentioning the fantastic Ellie of Skander, knit fame, and that is who designed this pattern. So this is the Yule Book pattern, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. It begins with a J, but I think it's actually a Y potentially. I really meant to look up how you pronounce that. I'm really sorry, Ellie. I think it's Yule Book. But I originally kind of stopped this because I thought they were going to be a bit tight. Now, unless I have lost weight on my hands, it kind of fits. And I really love this cuff. So this cuff kind of has like a scalloped kind of edge and some nice lace. So this is a deer. You can see the little peeper. His little peeper's done. So I just need to do his antlers. You know, I could definitely finish this. And it fits well. It's nice and snug, which I think you want for a mitten. I mean, it's not really mitten weather anymore, but I really want to work on this now also. And there's the nice snowflake on the other side. Sorry, my gum stitches. My thumb stitches are on hold back here. I think I was trying to say thumb gusset maybe, but anyway. Yes, that's the underside, and then let's see if I can show you my floats. I mean, they look tidy enough. Not so bad. I can do colour work. It is a bit uneven in places. It's not the most even, but it's the first colour work I ever did, stranded colour work, so it's not so bad. I'm knitting these on High Sharps on 3.25mm or 3 US size 3. Yes, so the Yule-Book mittens are staying, and the yarn is Briar Patch Totoko Station in 100% merino, I believe. I need to check what the base is for these, but it's this cream and this kind of dark grey, and I think it's nice, good and traditional. Nice contrast between them two. Yeah, and the yarn is quite rustic, but it's not scratchy. It was comfortable on my hands there. Yeah, and I think it'd be quite warm. It's fingering weight pattern. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that as well. So that will also be resurrected from the pile and worked on soon. So next up is the upcoming knits, and so one is from my Make 9 project, which is a 2018 kind of list of projects that I want to knit, 9 in particular. The Tegna was one, the Clark socks are another that I finished, so I've got 2 so far kind of on the go. The next one that will probably be worked on is my exploration station, I think. So I originally showed this. This is a trio of yarns that I got from Whitehead, from the Woolfolk Festival that was up in Whitehead, just outside Belfast, last August, and this is Fine Fish yarns in a trio of deliciousness. Look at these purpley tones, people. You know, if you know me, I'm all about the purples. So these, I'm not too sure, they don't have names, I don't think. This looks an awful lot like Maven by Terry of Fine Fish Yarns, which I've worked in before. This kind of looks like Mist Fink. It is a really pretty kind of grey with kind of purple-ish accents in it. And then this is just a unicorn-tastic, delicious, gorgeous skein of yarn, which I don't know what it's called, but I just call it unicorn-tastic because that's what I think it is. Okay. Beautiful. So, these were going to be my wedges, and then I was in the market for a contrasting colour for these, kind of for the border parts, to break up these 3, and I have found it in the beautiful form of Malabrigo sock in the eggplant colourway, and I just love how these go together. Ta-da! I think they really work, and I think so. When I put these together, I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a So Faded or something instead, or but I don't know, I just had them. Do you think exploration station? I'm pretty confident that I could do an exploration station and then maybe some scrappy socks or something. What do you think? I think the yardage would allow me to do that, I think. But is there another pattern? Should I do a fade? Is it a fadey kind of palette? I don't know. Exploration station? Yes? No? Let me know down below. But yes, that is project number 1. And then project number 2 is a pattern by Melody Hoffman. It is the Ginkgo top, I suppose. It's this lovely kind of low back, I'll put a picture, low back, kind of bell-ish, not bell sleeves, but wide sleeves. It's kind of loose and easy, and yeah, it's really, really pretty. And I'm hoping to get it done for woolen, potentially. Although woolen, there is a cal for woolen called the Woolen Wardrobe Cal, and it's kind of to knit something for your woolen wardrobe from one of the patterns of one of the designers or teachers or demonstrators kind of at the festival. So I might knit something to go along with that cal. I have to give that a bit of thought, but I really do want to knit this anyway, so I think I will. So this is the yarn I'm going to use. It's 100% superwash. I think the yarn she used had a bit of silk in it because it looked quite drapey. But this should be okay, 100% superwash merino, and I just love this colour, this dusky rose colour. Generally goes nice with my hair. Blonde, pink kind of seems to suit me, and these pastel colours kind of seem to suit me quite well, I find. So yes, I adore this sweater. So I'm going to swatch and see how the yarn feels and what the gauge looks like, and then yeah, I think I'll cast that on maybe once I finish my Tegna. It's so pretty. It's DK weight, so it should work up a bit quicker, I think. Yeah, okay, I think so. So I think that is it. I've recorded this more times than I'd like to count, so hopefully I have a good version for you guys to enjoy, and I just want to say thank you all so much for all the lovely comments on last week's video, being welcoming me back. It's great to be back with you all, and I am really excited to keep kind of showing you my projects. If you enjoyed this week's video, give me a little thumbs up. If you're a new subscriber, or if you're a new viewer, please subscribe. If you liked what you saw. If you didn't, that's perfectly acceptable also, and I doubt you are still here like 30 minutes into my incessant talking. And just if you're a returning viewer, thanks so much for sticking with me and being interested in what I have to show you all. And yes, I will see you all next week. Mwah! Bye! Dark. And also there's an issue where I keep leaning forward and it looks like I have no top of my head, which may be happening right now. Or maybe I was leaning too far, no, I was leaning too far forward and it looked like I had no top of my head, which it may look like now. I'm gonna have to check that now because I've made myself paranoid. So, one moment please. And I keep doing this, like sitting up really tall and making myself go out of camera, and I'm going to have to check again if that's what I was doing.